Check your latest Instagram post. I'd pull it up on my phone. My handsome exec crushing another presentation. So proud of my successful man. Your man. Your success. Your story. I'm celebrating you. You're branding me. Hey there, Rachel here. Grande caramel macchiato, extra shot. I tap my nails against the counter at Starbucks, scrolling through his Instagram profile. Jim Carson, software architect. His latest post catches my eye. An artfully plated cocoa vin at Le Petit Bistro. My favorite restaurant. Perfect. I double-tap the photo, crafting my comment with precision. Their wine list rivals anything in Paris. Simple. Sophisticated. The kind of comment he can't ignore. My phone buzzes within minutes. A reply? Been to Paris recently? I smile, positioning myself at a window table where the morning light hits at the ideal angle. Time for a casual coffee shop selfie. Planning a trip this spring. Any recommendations? The profile views roll in as predicted. 3, 4, 5 times he checks my page. Each ping sends a tiny thrill through my veins. His response arrives with my second coffee. Le Marais has this hidden gem of a bistro. I let him elaborate for 3 messages before dropping my line. Why not tell me about it over dinner? Le Petit Bistro, perhaps? My screen displays those 3 pulsing dots. 1 second, 2, 3. Tomorrow at 7. The foie gras here reminds me of a place in Saint-Germain, I say, watching his reactions over the rim of my wine glass. He sits straight-backed, confident but not arrogant. His blue button-down matches his eyes. A detail I note for future reference. You travel often, Jim asks, swirling his Bordeaux with practiced ease. When work permits, PR keeps me busy. I lean forward, letting my pendant catch the candlelight. Speaking of work, I caught your tech conference presentation online. The blockchain integration piece? Brilliant. His eyebrows rise slightly. You follow blockchain development? Among other things, I signal the waiter with a subtle gesture. The applications for smart contracts and marketing analytics are fascinating. The conversation flows like the wine. Smooth, rich, intoxicating. He describes his latest project with animated hands. I counter with insights about market trends. When our knees brush under the table, neither of us pulls away. This wasn't what I expected, Jim admits, as we stroll through the cooling evening air. The streets shimmer with recent rain, reflecting neon signs and puddles like abstract art. I pause beneath a streetlight, tilting my head. What were you expecting? Your Instagram suggested fashion influencer, but you're more substance than style. I step closer, noting how he stands his ground. Both, actually. His smile reaches his eyes, rare in men these days. A taxi splashes past, its headlights casting our shadows long against the wet pavement. The moment hangs ripe with possibility. Coffee tomorrow. I suggest, though we both recognize this for what it is, a beginning. I work near that new roastery on 7th, the one with the pour-over bar. His eyes light up, on their most mornings. What a coincidence. I brush imaginary lint from his sleeve, letting my fingers linger. See you at 8. He nods, and I turn away first, always leave them wanting more. My heels click against the sidewalk in a steady rhythm as I walk toward my waiting Uber. Through the car's window, I watch him standing there, already reaching for his phone. My own pings seconds later. Thanks for a great evening. I wait 3 minutes before responding. First of many, the city lights blur past as I scroll through my calendar, marking potential dates in my head. At 30, I perfected this dance. The right words, the right moves, the right pace. By next week, he'll be suggesting exclusivity himself. I slide my phone into my purse and smile. The chase always excites me, but this time feels different. Jim Carson isn't the usual target. He's a prize worth pursuing properly. Hey, Jim here. My phone lights up for the 15th time this morning. Rachel's name flashes across the screen, missing your face already. Dinner tonight, 3 weeks into dating, and my notification settings need adjustment. Again, every Instagram post, every LinkedIn update, every tweet spawns an immediate response from her. Big client meeting. Rain check. I type, watching the 3 dots appear instantly. Late dinner? I'll bring Ty to your office. Support my hard-working man, face blowing a kiff. My man? The phrase sits uncomfortably in my stomach like undercooked fish. We haven't discussed labels yet, but Rachel's dropping possessives into every conversation. Better make it tomorrow, I respond, adding a smile emoji to soften the rejection. The dots appear, disappear, appear again. My screen remains blank for 5 full minutes before. Tomorrow it is. Send me a selfie from your meeting. Camera with flash. Your profile still says single. Rachel mentions of her pad thai. She perches on the edge of my couch, scrolling through her phone while I clear takeout containers. Does it? I stack empty boxes, buying time. She pats the spot beside her. Come here. Let's take a proper couple photo. No, the lighting's perfect. She arranges herself against my shoulder, camera held high. Smile. The flash blinds me. She frowns at the result. Adjusts her angle, tries again. And again. By the 7th shot, my cheeks ache. Perfect. She taps rapidly at her screen. My phone buzzes seconds later, a notification she's tagged me. Finally found someone worth posting about. I read aloud. Too much. Her fingers hover over her screen. A bit soon for social media debuts, isn't it? Her lower lip trembles slightly. Oh, sorry. I can't delete it. Know it. I sigh, watching her expression fall. Leave it up. It's fine. Her smile returns full force. She snuggles closer, updating her relationship status with triumphant taps. Your ex-girlfriend's commenting on your work posts again. Rachel announces from my kitchen. She stands at my counter, mixing mojitos I never requested. I minimize my coding window. Monica's a colleague now. We collaborate on projects. Funny how she comments more than your other colleagues. Ice crashes against glass as she stirs with unnecessary force. Professional collaborations don't need winking emojis. They're friendly. Nothing more. You're defending her. The mojito she sets before me sloshes dangerously close to my laptop. I'm stating facts. Facts? She drops onto my office chair, spinning to face me. Here's a fact. I checked her profile. She's still single. You researched my ex? I research everyone important to you. Her tone suggests this proves devotion, rather than concerning behavior. Someone needs to protect your interests. My phone chimes, another Instagram notification. Rachel's posted our mojito photos with a novel-length caption about date night with my wonderful man, and so blessed to have found each other. The comments roll in immediately. Her friends gush about what a perfect couple we make. How lucky I am. How she's glowing with happiness. Rachel beams at each notification, adding hearts to every comment. Her fingers fly across her phone's screen, orchestrating our public narrative with frightening efficiency. We should plan a weekend getaway, she announces, already scrolling through resort options. My followers love couples content. I sip my too sweet mojito, watching her plan our future in 15-second Instagram stories. The constant documentation of every moment. The positioning of our relationship for maximum social impact. It's exhausting. Rachel? She doesn't look up from her phone. Can we pause the social media blitz? Focus on getting to know each other first. Her fingers freeze mid-scroll. You want to hide our relationship? No, I want to have one. A real one. Without an audience. She sets her phone down carefully, too carefully. Are you embarrassed by me? What? No. Because if you're not ready to claim me, publicly. Her voice wavers perfectly. I recognize the pattern now. Push. Retreat. Guilt. But acknowledging it aloud would trigger tears. And I'm too tired for tears tonight. Post what you want, I concede, returning to my laptop. Her victory smile reflects in my dark screen as she reaches for her phone. Another notification pings. A relationship milestone update. The comments section explodes with celebration. I close my laptop and reach for the mojito. Something tells me I'll need it. Stand straight. I adjust Jim's tie, though it doesn't need adjusting. The CEO will be at this dinner. I present to executives weekly, he reminds me, gently moving my hands away. Tech executives. I smooth his lapels. Corporate dinners operate differently. Follow my lead. The restaurant's private room buzzes with prestigious conversation. My colleagues from Sterling PR mingle with their spouses, everyone performing their carefully rehearsed roles. Jim heads toward the bar, and I intercept, steering him toward Sandra, our managing director. Jim, tell Sandra about your blockchain project. I prompt, positioning myself at the perfect angle to manage his presentation. Well, we're integrating Dash. He's being modest, I interrupt, placing my hand on his arm. His team's revolutionizing how smart contracts handle data verification. The applications for corporate security are incredible. Sandra nods, impressed. Jim shifts beneath my grip. Actually, he starts. The core innovation came from our junior developer Dash. Oh honey, you're the project lead. I laugh, squeezing his arm. Take credit where it's due. The waiter arrives with wine. I select for both of us. A bold Cabernet for me, Pinot Noir for Jim. He prefers Malbec, but Pinot pairs better with his story. You undermined me all night, Jim says later, loosening his tie in my living room. I elevated you. I kick off my heels, dropping 6 inches, but none of my conviction. Sandra was ready to doze off until I jumped in. She was engaged in the technical details. Please. I pour myself another glass of wine. Corporate executives want the highlight reel, not a code review. You don't know what they want. His voice carries an edge I haven't heard before. You don't even work in tech. I manage perceptions for a living. The wine sloshes dangerously close to my cream carpet. Your brilliant ideas mean nothing without proper packaging. My ideas were doing fine before your packaging. I set my glass down hard enough to make him wince. Really? How many executive connections did you have before me? How many networking opportunities? I don't need. Everyone needs proper presentation. I step closer, straightening his tie again. You're lucky I understand corporate politics. He catches my wrist, not hard, but firmly enough to stop my fussing. Stop managing me. I'm helping you. You're controlling me. He releases my wrist. There's a difference, because I want you to succeed. The tremor in my voice isn't entirely manufactured, because I see your potential. Because you see a project, not a person. The words hit like a slap. I retreat behind my wine glass, buying time to recalibrate. You're being dramatic. Am I? He moves toward the door. Check your Instagram story from tonight. Count how many times you talked over me. Where are you going? Home. He grabs his jacket. I need space. Space. I follow him to the door. We have brunch with my college friends tomorrow. Cancel it. They're flying in from Chicago. That you planned without asking me? His hand rests on the doorknob. Cancel it. You're being ridiculous. I reach for his arm. He steps back. Good night, Rachel. The door closes with a quiet click that echoes louder than any slam. I grab my phone, ready to text him, call him, fix this. But his Instagram story catches my eye. I watch myself in miniature, commanding attention at the dinner table. My voice carries over his, again and again. Each clip reveals something I hadn't noticed in the moment. His stiffening shoulders, his tightening smile, his gradual retreat into silence. The wine glass trembles in my hand. This isn't going according to plan. Who's Sarah? Rachel scrolls through my phone. She's curled on my couch like she belongs there, invading my privacy with casual confidence. My phone isn't a public archive. I reach for it. She pulls away, still scrolling. You have 3 recent texts from her. Her voice stays light, but her knuckles whiten around my phone. All during work hours. Project manager on the new client launch. Cute profile pic for a project manager. Give me my phone. Show me your exes first. She sits up straighter, challenge flashing in her eyes. If there's nothing to hide, why not share? A headache pulses behind my temples. Why does it matter? Because I want to understand your type. She taps through my gallery. See what I'm competing with. This isn't a competition. Everything's a competition. Her thumb pauses on an image. Who's this? Monica smiles from my screen, champagne glass raised at last year's company party. Her Meta employee badge catches the light. Nobody. I grab my phone. Too late. Your type is younger women. Rachel's voice rises an octave. Tech girls with perfect skin. My type is someone who respects boundaries. Boundaries? She laughs, sharp and brittle. We're dating. I have a right to know about your past. We've been dating 2 months. 2 incredible months. She softens her tone, sliding closer. I care about you. I want to know everything. Everything you can control. Her mask slips. For a second, something cold and calculating shows through. Then she blinks and tears appear. How can you say that? Her lower lip trembles. After everything I've done for you, done for me, the words taste bitter. You mean correcting my stories? Managing my image? Monitoring my colleagues? I've been helping you. You've been directing me. Scripting me. Trying to turn me into your perfect prop. That's not. Check your latest Instagram post. I pull it up on my phone. My handsome exec crushing another presentation. So proud of my successful man. Your man. Your success. Your story. I'm celebrating you. You're branding me. She reaches for my hand. I step back. Let me show you something. I open my photo gallery, scrolling to last year. See this woman? Stanford PhD, leading AI research at Google. Rachel's face pales. This one. I swipe left. Senior counsel at Apple. Another swipe. Neurosurgeon. Stomp. Her voice cracks. I don't need your help landing successful women, Rachel. I don't need your connections, or your polish, or your social media expertise. You're trying to hurt me. Tears spilled down her cheeks. I'm showing you reality. I set my phone down. You're not doing me any favors by dating me. But you pursued me. You pushed for exclusivity. You orchestrated every milestone. And somehow, you still act like I'm lucky you chose me. She stands. I can't believe you're throwing my affection in my face. Affection? The word catches in my throat. You mean control. I need some air. She grabs her purse, hands shaking. When you calm down, don't come back. Her head snaps up. What? We're done. The certainty in my voice surprises us both. No more performances. No more power plays. No more. You can't. I can. I am. I open my door. Goodbye, Rachel. She stares at me, waiting for the script to change. For me to chase her. To apologize. To beg. I close the door. My phone buzzes immediately. I silence it without looking. Tomorrow, she'll probably unblock me. Post something cryptic about growth and healing. Tag me in old photos. But tonight? Tonight I delete my social media apps, pour a bourbon, and breathe. Finally I breathe. The cracked phone screen mirrors my fractured reality. 3 days. 72 hours of silent stretch between my carefully crafted messages. Can we talk? Over coffee? Please. I miss you. Let me explain. Jim, please. Undelivered. All of them. Rain pounds against my apartment windows. I pace. Heels clicking against hardwood. Each step echoing in the emptiness. My reflection multiplies across Rain Street glass. Mascara perfect. Hairstyled. Silk blouse pressed. Ready for a reconciliation scene playing only in my mind. The Anderson file sits open on my laptop, mocking me. 6 months of strategic networking. Accidental meetings and calculated social media posts. All to land this account. Now it crumbles like everything else. My phone rings. Hope surges. Desperate and raw. Sandra. My voice stays steady, practiced. A PR professional to the end. Rachel, darling. Her tone drips acid sweet. Interesting warning. The Anderson team called. I'm finalizing the proposal. Jim's team pulled out. Ice slides down my spine. They can't. They did. After an enlightening conversation about how this partnership came to be. Steel replaces sugar. Did you really believe I wouldn't discover you orchestrated the whole thing? Using your relationship to manipulate corporate interests. I was facilitating natural connections. You were burning bridges. Papers shuffled through the line. My office. 9 a.m. We'll discuss your future at Sterling. What's left of it? The line dies. Panic claws up my throat. I grab my laptop, opening Instagram. A new post forms. Sometimes life teaches hard lessons. Delete. Growth comes from pain. Delete. When chapter ends. Delete. My social media feed stretches endlessly. Evidence of careful curation. Every photo positioned. Every caption calculated. Every interaction choreographed. Jim features in the last 2 months of posts. Always slightly turned. Always mid-gesture. Always with my hand somewhere on him. Directing. Controlling. Performing. The messaging app blinks. Monica, stay away from him. My fingers fly. This isn't your business. No. But I've watched you try to diminish him for months. It's over. Let him go. You don't understand. I understand control when I see it. So does Jim. Finally. Anger rises, familiar and comforting. I type a scathing reply about successful women and corporate politics and relationship dynamics. My reflection catches mid-message. Designer outfit. Perfect makeup. Calculated smile. Empty eyes. The phone slips. Glass splinters against hardwood, fracturing my carefully filtered world into sharp-edged pieces. Notifications still ping through the cracks. 3 LinkedIn connections withdrawn. 2 dinner invitations canceled. 1 friend request revoked. 0 messages from Jim. I sink to the floor, letting mascara track black rivers down my cheeks. No audience to perform for. No image to maintain. No narrative to control. Rain keeps falling. Thunder rolls across the city. Somewhere out there. Jim breathes easier, free from my constant direction. My phone buzzes weakly. Another message from Sandra about tomorrow's meeting. Professional consequences. Personal fallout. Real-world repercussions for virtual manipulations. Life scheduled, scripted, and staged for maximum impact. I close the laptop. Stand up. Face my fractured reflection. The person most desperately needing control. Validation. Constant curation. Me. Always me. Monday morning arrives gray and unforgiving. I delete my social media apps. Change my hair. Walk into Sandra's office ready for consequences.